Nathan just stares at his Omni tool, which is undoubtedly now just gone blank. And without thinking, he will turn around and run out of the house and jump in his car. And he doesn't know where to go, but he just doesn't want to be here right now. He needs to know his mom's okay. Or if so he like gets in his car, turns the key, and immediately flies toward like somewhere where he can take a flight to Palavan system.
Okay. You're gonna do that. Meanwhile, Gimmick and Pip and Koalin, you're wrapping up your dinner, and Pip will turn on the TV, but the news will have interrupted her normal programming, and you're gonna start seeing these images of people on Palavan who are live streaming or at least attempting to record the sun, and the news is basically showing these really horrific images of the sun expanding and growing and growing and growing. And of course, everyone in Palin is like, what is that? Where's it going? Is this thing going supernova? And I was like, no, that's impossible. This sun's too young to go supernova. It's like, no, that's you gotta be crazy. And people are always are like panicking. You see people running around the streets, like trying to find the next ship off of this solar system. And all of a sudden, somebody is holding up, again, the camera is very shaky. Somebody's holding up the camera up towards the sun, and you suddenly see the sun just go like completely expand. The camera is able to capture some of the planet in front of you disintegrate and bathed in nothing but white. Everything, all of the images just show in white, and nothing but white. And the newscasters are saying, what you're seeing right now are images that were taken off of social media. This might look like something from a movie, but these are accounts that have been taken from multiple people across the galaxy across the solar system of Trebia. We're not really sure what this means. As of this moment, we're trying to gain contact. So far, no ships are able to reach the mass relay on Palavan, but we will definitely let you know what we find during this very news-breaking event. And pretty much, right now, nobody knows anything. All they know is whatever people back on the Trebia system have been showing on their phones. Pip is just watching this, and so is Koalin, and they're just speechless. They're not really sure what to think of this situation.
Did the video cut when everything goes white, or it keeps transmitting?
No, it cuts off.
Oh.
You see white, and then the device shuts off or got destroyed. However you want to interpret it.
It's similar to anything that Gimmick saw before, like it matches with like that data that maybe an image or something.
Roll a investigation or electronics, whatever's higher for you.
I think they're the same, but let's see.
Sure, whatever you'd like to roll.
Electronics is high. 16.
Okay. Based on what you saw, as you were absorbing all the images of the sun, stars naturally, eventually, can go supernova.
Okay.
So, like the last stage of the sun of a star can supernova. Based on the images of what the sun looked like prior to it expanding, that sun should not have gone supernova. Because that sun was way too young to go supernova. Whatever happened, for whatever reason, happened at a much accelerated rate. And the sun just started expanding. And then, for whatever reason, it looked like it went supernova. And a sun of that size going supernova probably means that it completely wiped out the entire solar system of Trebia.
Is that supposed to happen?
I'm not a scientist. I have to admit, I don't think that's supposed to happen. If I know anything about suns and stars and supernovas, which I think that's what that was. Wow, I can't imagine what every Turian around the galaxy must feel right now.
Did you know anyone from there?
Personally, I have a couple friends who are from Palaven, yes. Excuse me, I need to make a few phone calls.
Yeah, I understand.
Pip sort of sits down, and she's just glued to the TV, like she's just absorbing all of this, and she says, I don't personally know anyone from Palaven, but I mean, I do know a handful of Turians, and I know many of them have family, if not most family, either on Palaven or one of the moons in that system.
This is really strange. I don't know. Can we do anything?
I don't think so, Gemick. I don't think we can do anything about this.
Do you think it could happen to the any star close by?
She shudders a little bit. I hope not.
Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. It's scary, but yeah.
Are you scared?
I'm not really scared, but I know what the word means, and I think that I should be. Maybe it's okay to be scared anyways. Also, it's easier to be scared if you have someone to be scared with.
Yes, let's just... Part of me wants to keep watching so I can find out if there's any more information, but part of me also just wants to turn off the TV and put on a nice movie or something. A nice cartoon movie or something.
Well, could we put a cartoon and maybe use the Omni tool to listen to note the information about it?
That's probably a good idea. So she'll get up and try to see if she can switch something on the TV to something else. Vito and Solaric, you're back at your house. Nathan just left without saying much of anything.
You probably heard a lot of swearing, and him desperately speaking to his mom on the phone, and then he left.
What do you think happened? Solaric asks Vito, back at the dinner table. He was yelling something about his mother.
I don't know.
Do you think something happened?
Well, it definitely seems dire.
We can. He'll go over and turn on the TV. And of course, every channel is going to have a news bulletin, and they're going to show those images over and over and over again. And when Solaric sees these images, he's going to... It's sort of like dramatically the slow motion dropping the remote. It falls out of his hand and then lands with a thud, bounce, thud, as he's watching the images of his home planet being consumed in some sort of white fire.
Vito's just looking at the TV and, his lip quivers.
This can't be real. No, this isn't real. This is a really sick joke. And then he changes the channel, and it's more of the images. He changes that channel again. It's more images, and he keeps changing the channel. Every single channel is just showing it over and over and over again, and he's just going a little crazy right now. Just watching this and play back in front of him over and over again until he finally like takes the entire remote and then he chucks it over the TV and the TV falls over.
Vito doesn't really have any reaction towards that, but he's going to walk closer to Solaric and hug him tight.
He lets you hug him, but he doesn't like respond back because he's still in a bit of a cathartic state. And then after a few moments, he then pulls away really quickly, and then he opens up his Omni tool, and you can just see him dialing, calling people. He just keeps calling people. Nobody's that he's calling is answering. It's all just going straight to voice messages.
So, Ulrich, your parents were on Paladin, right?
Shh. Not now, Vito. Not now. And he's still dialing more numbers.
Shit. Vito's just pacing around the room, trying to keep his hands occupied because he knows he's going to start throwing things if he doesn't. Shit.
Hello? And then you'll hear and somebody respond. You recognize it's one of his aunts, and says, "Solaric? Oh, Solaric! Thank God you're still alive. Where, Auntie? Where are you? I'm actually in one of the moons of Ilium right now. Thank goodness. I've been trying to call everyone I know. I know, Solaric. I have been too. I'm going to warn you, though, honey. You're going to run into a lot of busy numbers, busy signals." He sort of just grows very silent, and he just tightens his fist. "Have you gotten in touch with anyone?" "I have," and she starts listing a handful of names. And then he says, "Have you been able to get in touch with Mom or Dad?" "No, Solaric, I haven't been able to reach them." He sighs again, and he just nods in understanding and says, "I have to go, Auntie." "Yes, I know. You have to go. Please don't hesitate to call. I'll see if I can come visit you in the next couple of days, okay?" "Yes, I would like that." And then she will hang up, and he'll continue dialing more numbers.
Vito's going to sit by him. Stay close.
They were so excited to become grandparents. I was very excited to have them meet their grandson, grandchild. They said they were already looking at clothes. I told her I didn't know what species they would be yet, but they said, "Oh, well, it's good to be prepared." So they got a whole bunch of different baby clothes for different species just in case. They're always like that, looking ahead. I guess they didn't quite see this coming.
Nobody did.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. How could this happen?
This wasn't even that home. Something happened. I
I don't understand. We're supposed to be sitting at that table, having a wonderful dinner with a friend, enjoying, laughing, talking about movies, talking about kids, talking about anything. Why are we sitting here talking about this instead? I don't understand. Why? How does that happen?
I don't know, Solaric. How did this happen?
He looks at you again and notices you physically this time, and then he will take his arm and he'll pull you in and into a hug as you embrace, and he'll just start breaking down crying.
It's okay.
It's not okay. It'll never be okay. But thank you for saying so.
We'll make it through this. You've helped me get through some of the most horrible parts of my life. You can know for sure I'm going to be there for you now. Okay?
I know. Thank you. And he'll give you several kisses on the forehead as he continues embracing you, and he'll just break down crying some more. Logan, by this point, Jules has gone into the office. Zadrari will have followed him into the office, and he's going to turn on the TV as well. And you guys will also get caught up on everything that's happening in the Trebia system.
Huh.
And
This is what it feels like to be an endangered species, huh?
Jules and Zadrari turns towards your direction, but they don't say anything. Zadrari, however, walks over towards your direction, and she very awkwardly, but she commits to it, places a hand on your shoulder.
I'm fine. It's just the overall shock. I'll be fine.
Did you know very many people? Did you have a lot of family on Palaven? Zadrari asks.
I have no idea.
I see. It's not going to change anything, but I'm sorry.
I feel like those sorries should be better spent for the people who died in just a few seconds. And we should probably start praying that it doesn't happen to any other sons.
Yeah. Jules just sits back in his chair, and he takes his monocle off and just gently places it on the table, and he's just kind of, leaning back and just watching all of the events unfold. Eventually, there'll be a report coming from the Citadel Council. Tevos will broadcast this all over the channels. You'll hear announcers say, and now a special important emergency report from the Citadel Council. My fellow Citadel Space members, friends, and family, I am afraid that I come to you being the bearer of bad news. I will begin by telling you that we unfortunately have very limited information about the current recent events, but I will try to explain and communicate with you what we do know. Approximately 2 hours ago, reports were being given that the sun in the Trevia star system started having bizarre activity, discoloration, and expansion of size. Characteristics that scientists say are similar to that of a star going supernova. As of approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes ago, our distant space cameras have been able to capture images of the sun expanding at an accelerated rate that engulfed everything within Trevia space. That includes Palavin and all of the other planets and moons around it. This is a very dark time for our galaxy. I know that many of you are frightened. Many of you are trying to gather information from loved ones, trying to make contact with loved ones, with friends. All of us are affected by this. But I want to give a very special acknowledgement to the Turians, who have suffered the most loss, arguably, of anyone else in the galaxy with this extremely tragic catastrophe. Know that the Citadel Council will do everything in its power to gain answers and find out exactly what happened. For the time being, we ask that you all do what you need to do to take care of yourselves and each other during this situation. Find the time to grieve. Find the time to grow angry. Find the time to do whatever you need to do. For everything that you are feeling right now, all of those strong sensations are natural, and we understand. This galaxy is not a stranger to catastrophic events. I don't have to remind you of some of the things that we have been through, even within the last decade. But I ask you to once again to be strong, to keep the hope alive, just as we did more than 10 years ago, that we can get through this as a galaxy once again. The Citadel Council will support you as much as possible. There are people that you can talk to, hotlines you can contact for those who need help with the grieving process. We will get through this. And for all of the lives that we have lost within mere hours ago, we will always keep them alive in our hearts moving forward. Thank you very much. We will be in touch. And then with that, the report will end.
Logan looks at the TV. And all he could manage to say is, well, that sentiment isn't going to help anyone, really. At the end of the day, an entire species has nearly been wiped out. At the end of the day, an entire system of people were killed. I hope they find out what caused it, or else we're all gonna die next. So much for surviving the Reaper Wars, am I right?
The Zadrari is about to respond, but then Jules, you see Jules, you hear Jules curse a very rancid Drell curse, and he actually flings a bunch of stuff off his table in anger, which is unusual for him because he's normally someone who keeps very well kept. And Zadrari turns toward Jules and says, "What's wrong? What happened?" Jules kind of sighs, and then he turns around and says, "Just found out my father was on Palaven." He was supposed to come back last week, but they needed him to stay an extra week, apparently. I thought he was back, but apparently no. He was extended, delayed. He curses again and then slams the desk. I'm sorry, Logan, but I can't look at this as matter as factly as you can.
We all process this in our own ways. I'm not going to judge you. You have every right to be very, very disturbed, angry, what have you, but holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
I can't watch this anymore, he says as he turns off the TV. Do you need us to stick around? You don't have to, Logan, but if you want us to stay, I can stay at least. No. It's alright. It's okay. I'm a grown man. I don't need anyone to hang out by my account.
Just because you're a grown man doesn't mean you need help. Just because you're older doesn't mean you don't require the same aid as others. There's no reason to start getting self-destructive now.
Well then, tell you what. Do you know a good place where we can get a drink or 5?
And just looks at Zadrea.
I can find us a place, no problem. And the 3 of you will go out and have a drink.
As Logan's walking, he starts to get really numb, and he's gonna have like as they get towards the bar, he's having more and more difficulty even walking.
Mm-hmm.
As it's like setting in on him, what just fucking happened to his entire race. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Nathan, you've been trying to get the next shuttle over to Palaven, but you will find out very quickly that the mass relay in Trebia space is not responding. So even right this moment, no shuttle, nothing can get to Palaven space at the moment.
So after discovering that, Nathan he has slowly slid back into his own shell again, back when it's something he's never quite managed to get rid of. Whenever things get too much for him, he slides into this protective shell of ignoring everybody and deciding what's best for him. Having heard the Asari counselor tell everyone, take your time, do what you need to do, he's just gotten more and more angry listening to that speech. at this point, he's given up trying to get there. He knows his mom is gone. He knows that she's gone, along with every other Turian or every other person in that system. They're gone. And he can't physically deal with that right now. So what he's going to do is he's going to get back into his car and he's going to, still not crying, still not breaking down, fly to where he gets his tattoos done. And he's going to just walk in the front door, assuming it's still open, and the tattoo artist knows him immediately, and just looking at each other, they know exactly what's going on. He pulls up a picture of his mom wearing her glasses, probably in the villa, and he gets her face tattooed on his chest. And as he finishes this and he heads home, he plops down in his couch with his guitar and a bottle of whiskey, and he starts singing to himself with the guitar in hand. Maybe in another life I could find you there, pulled away before your time. I can't deal. It's so unfair, and it feels like heaven so far away. And it feels like the world has grown cold now that you've gone away. Leaving flowers on your grave to show that I still care. Black roses and Hail Marys, I can't bring back what's taken from me. I reach to the sky and call out your name. Oh, please let me trade. I would. And with that, he breaks down into the chair, violently breaks down, probably tears up his apartment, flipping furniture, punching walls, breaking doors, anything, everything he can break. He's gone. Lost in a haze of grief and rage.
Gimmick and Pip and Kowalin will decide that they need to get some fresh air. They need to get out of the house, because right now they're associating the apartment to when they learned all of these news. So they're going to go out, and you guys will go into a nearby pub. And this pub actually has a lot of people in it, understandably so. It has a good number of people in it because people need to have a drink right now. However, it's not as crowded as it isn't as crowded as some of the other places. But when you guys arrive, you're going to see Jules and Zadrari and Logan at the bar as well.
Oh, I think I know those. But yeah.
Oh, it'd be good to be around friends right now during this tragic time. We should at least alert them of our presence.
Yes, I think it will be nice. Let's go say hi to them.
You're gonna wander over to Logan and them, and Pip will call out, "Hello, I suppose these seats aren't taken?" she asks. right now, Zadrari will offer the chairs over to them. Jules is in the middle of a drink, so he's going to look towards their direction. He'll give them a forced smile, and then he'll continue drinking.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, define what you mean by okay. No is the short answer. No, we're not okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I have no words.
Yes, I don't really know what to say either. I'd like to be able to tell everyone that I know how it feels, but I have to be honest and say I don't really know how it feels.
That's fine. That's fine. Hopefully this is a one time only deal.
One is too much, Jules says.
What about the married couple? Are they coming with you?
Does Gimmick respond? Because I don't think Pip really like well, I guess Pip does know Vito relatively well.
Yeah, and we talked with Jules too.
I could try calling them. Do you think it would be appropriate of me to call them just out of the blue like this?
Well, we're here. One of them was also a Turian, right? It's better to have our arms open and be a friend than not.
I guess I'll call. She'll dial the number. Vito, you and Solaric have had your embrace. Maybe you're cleaning up the kitchen or something, trying to do something constructive. When your phone will ring.
Vito's going to basically jump on it. Could be anyone, so. Hello?
Hello, Vito. I don't know if you remember me, but this is Pip from the museum.
Yeah, is.
Sorry, I know that by now you probably have heard the news, and I apologize if this is a very bad time, but a bunch of us are sort of dealing with the situation at a nearby pub. We wanted to say you're welcome to join us if it'll help you, and if not, that's all right. We just wanted to invite you.
I suppose it depends on Solaric. Give me a second. And he's going to walk to Solaric if he's in the same room, or...
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Sol?
Yes.
You remember Pip from the... train?
Yes, I remember.
They're at the local pub trying to get people together to go through this. Would you feel up to go? Or...
Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're here, it doesn't matter if we're there. It'll still feel the same. So, I'll let you decide.
He thinks for a moment and takes back the phone. We will go for a moment, maybe. It's been hard on us.
I know. We'll make sure that you have as many drinks as you'd like, and we'll take good care of you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, here's the address, and like we said, no pressure. Take your time. If you show up, great. If you don't show up, we're not going to be offended.
That's good. I'll see you then.
She'll hang up the phone. Is there anyone else? The Volus will pipe out. I wonder, if Callahan would be interested. I thought I heard that, he had family in Palaven.
Out of character,
Really?
did I have, like, his contacts, Nathan's, or?
Yeah, I believe you do.
Yeah, so
You do.
Logan is going
Everybody here has Nathan's contacts right now. Everybody
Yes.
here.
Logan's going to interrupt. He's going to say, "I'll call him," and
All right.
send a call. I'm going to call up Nathan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say by this point, Nathan, we'll say that you will have just have finished. We'll say that it's been shortly after you finished singing your song. So,
So just as he like stands up and goes to flip the couch over, he will hear his phone going off, and he'll look over at it and see that it's Logan, and he'll ignore it, and he will proceed to destroy his room. But while he's destroying the room, he will answer his phone, and you hear this awful, like, scream of agony as something crashes in the room, and then this wail of pain followed by another crash, and then him just collapse, or something collapse, and then just 2 words is all you hear: "She's gone." And then the phone will cut off as you assume it's been flung across the room too.
Logan just looks at the others and says, "Well, I called him. Didn't sound very pretty. I'm gonna go over and check up on him. If anyone wants to come with."
do you think that's a smart idea? Zedreri says he might just want to be alone.
Probably.
I know what that's like, but you probably know him better than I do.
I don't, but I don't know. We'll see, right?
I mean, I'd be up for going. I could go too, but I don't know if a whole crowd of us showing at his doorstep would be best either. I'm fine with going, I'm fine with not going and staying behind. Solaric's not gonna say anything. He's not gonna care. He's just gonna go wherever Vito is. Vito is pretty much leading him wherever he does. But he does seem to be enjoying his drink right now.
He's downing it like gone.
I'd feel bad just leaving him there. Besides, he's probably not going to clean up his house, so... And he was throwing shit around.
Maybe half of us should go, Pip says. Logan is going, so does anybody else want to go?
I think that, yes, I should check up on him. So...
I'll go too then, Solaric says.
Okay.
Unless you would rather I didn't.
Well, he squeezes Solaric's shoulder. I'd rather have you with me.
Okay. I suppose I can go too? In that case, I'll stay put. I don't want to crowd the poor young man too much. I'll stay with Jules. And Zadrari will ask, do you want me to go or should I stay? Pretty much you see the character selection screen. Like, who are you gonna... The character selection screen. Who are you going to bring?
Who are you going to go help Nathan calm down?
Yes. Choose someone for this mission, or choose none of them for this mission.
Since Pip's coming, that means Gimmick's coming.
Gimmick doesn't necessarily have to stay with Pip. So Pip might actually think that it's getting a little too crowded. So if Gimmick wants to go without Pip, this might be a good opportunity for Gimmick to stretch his legs a little bit.
Though Nathan is throwing stuff around, so if Gimmick goes, he might not get out of there.
Did Gimmick ever interact with Nathan on its own?
Yeah, I think so.
At the poker table.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
played a few games with him. Why don't you go, Gimmick, Pip says.
Yeah, I think I will try to make him feel better.
I think you'd be very good at that.
Okay.
I'll take care of Jules and Koalin. Zadrari say, fine, I'll go too then. All right. So that's our group. Unless Mikhail's about to select differently. But that's what the group is this.
The group is
Thinking.
volunteered.
The group is volunteer.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
should be good. Yeah,
So-
that's fine.
So it's Solaric, Vito, Gimmick, Logan, and Zadrari. Those 5. Everybody else is going to stay behind. Okay. So, you guys will eventually arrive at Nathan's, wherever he's living. Condo.
It's the wards, so he's probably in like a decent condo at the moment.
A decent condo. You're right, you're at his door.
So
The door is open. It hasn't been closed behind it.
The
So-
door is open.
Logan's gonna stay outside the door. He's gonna knock on like the little on the side.
Nobody's going to come answer the door. Well, a VI might, but yeah, I don't know if that thing would have survived Nathan's anger. So
Nathan, this is Logan. The phone call didn't really give me any good well, I just wanted to come check up on you. I'm gonna come in, let me know if I'm overstepping. And Logan's gonna step in slowly.
once you step in, you hear the twanging of an acoustic guitar. That's the only noise you hear now. And other than some soft sobbing, the only noise you hear is a twang of a guitar in the background.
Logan's gonna approach. He's probably gonna look behind him at everyone else who are supposed to be by his back.
Back me up,
Yeah,
birds.
They're the NPCs are following you. So, Solaric's following Vito. So as long as Vito's following you, Solaric's following you, and Zadrari is gonna be right behind you. She'll be right behind you. Yes.
And Logan's gonna approach Nathan slowly.
So when you walk into the bottom floor where Nathan actually is, he's sitting in like where the couch would be. He's just sitting down, propped up against the upturned couch, which is smashed in half. Guitar in hand, bottle of rum on the ground, which is half empty. It's a spice rum, in case you're curious. What you would assume would have been a very nice condo now looks like someone has walked in here and had some kind of vicious gunfight or physical like fight with every piece of furniture, every wall, everything in this is either cracked, broken, or thrown out of place. The only thing that's in this entire building that's not destroyed or damaged is the bottle of rum, his guitar, and that's it. Everything else is thrown around. You see like his phone is like chucked across the room and shattered into a million pieces. One of the doors is literally not there anymore. There are pieces of what you'd assume to be desks, like chairs, maybe stools for a bar, or other things thrown about. The one room you walk in is literally like a war zone, and the only person in it is Nathan. He doesn't acknowledge any of you when he walks in.
Logan's probably going to crouch down, so he's at eye level with Nathan, and he's probably going to say, "Do you want a hug?"
You see that Nathan is bleeding from the chest, but it's not a wound. It's a tattoo of a Turian's face wearing this older Turian lady, dark skin with this white and blue face marking and a pair of these dazzling green spectacles on her face. And there's blood running down his chest. He doesn't look at you. He's just not there. Nathan is not there right now.
So he's like in shock, sort of.
No, he's just not there.
Okay.
He's not aware of anything. You could probably punch him in the face and he wouldn't react.
Okay. Logan, is there like any blankets around?
There's like the couch cushions. No, there's no real blankets around.
Does he have like a bedroom or something?
Well, yeah, you would, yeah. It's upstairs.
Yeah, so Logan's probably gonna go to his bedroom, grab a blanket, because Logan knows he won't be able to move you. And he's gonna like flop it down onto Nathan, and he's gonna say, "Well, we're here if you want some company. If I'm gonna be cleaning up your place if you don't mind, so well."
Nathan very slowly once the blanket's thrown on him, he very slowly puts the guitar down and kind of just looks around and realizes there are people here. And he kind of goes, how did you guys get in here? And his face is messy. Like, there's this ugly trail of tears on his face. He doesn't look anywhere like the person who was at dinner with Vito and Soul earlier. He looks like he's just been in like a 12-round boxing match with a Krogan. It doesn't look pretty. And he just very simply says, could you guys
You're very
What do you-
liberal with your contacts.
he sighs and he picks up the bottle of rum and like there's a glass but it's shattered, so he looks at it and goes, and he just takes the bottle and swigs out of it and goes, right, could you guys leave? No, you know what, you're already here. Thanks for coming. My mom was on a retirement moon and I was talking to her just as the supernova hit, and well, I'm sure you know that she's, well, gone. And as he very slowly turns to stand up, he's quite shaky. He doesn't, you're not sure if it's the alcohol or like the general fact that he's just thrown every single piece of furniture around in this room like it was a toy, literally a child's plaything. And as he stands up, you notice there are words underneath the head of his mom that says, "The one person who always had my back." And he quite simply looks around, and he doesn't know what to say to people kind of turning up and seeing him here like this. He just kind of looks at everyone.
Listen, I called and you didn't give me the best impression of your physical safety, and so I thought maybe people could come over. Sorry if this is very intrusive. Then her mom and me came out, but yeah, I think you might want to sit down. So
He kind of just looks around the room as if to say, "Where?" and then simply shrugs and says, "Fuck it. I'm just gonna go out and get entirely shit-faced and see how to deal with this when things are back to some amount of normality."
A bunch of us are gathered at the pub. If you want to go, join us there. I'm sure you can accomplish that there.
He will put the bottle of rum well, he will clean off a bit of the counter that has been like covered in debris, and put the bottle of rum down and close it, and then putting the guitar up against the same stand, without putting his shirt on. Well, I don't think he'd be that liberal, so he's probably just gonna grab like the blue shirt that he had, the white shirt that he had beforehand. Well, no, because that would be very bad because it'd show up all the blood. He's gonna grab a black shirt, just a plain black shirt, and go out with the guys. Though you can very easily see that he is struggling to walk by himself just because of how ruined he is emotionally.
Vito's going to get closer and like put a hand on his shoulder to steady him.
He won't pull away.
Zadrari will actually take the other hand to support him. Zadrari will also help escort me towards the pub as well.
He will make sure to lock the door behind him, because it may be a ruined house, but it's still his house. And Nathan will drink himself into a coma.
I think that's a good place to stop.
Oh, my heart. My heart.
What did you guys do to cause a planet die while I was gone? God damn it. God damn it.
Well, I'm going to...
Kiwi rolled a natural one.
Oh,
Kiwi rolled a natural one.
It all came from the temple.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
It all blame it on the temple. Yeah.